Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to cover the floating ship system that was introduced in this update. We're going to talk about how to obtain the schematic to build the ships, what the ships do, and what they should improve on this system to make it worthwhile. Because at the moment the ships we have access to feel extremely lazy and they don't really provide a lot of value. The amount of time it takes to build the ships is crazy, and also the availability of the schematics is really bad. So we're going to cover all of that in a second. First, let's focus on how to build the ships. So you go in the control center and the floating ship menu. And here you have the Foundry tab where you can basically use the schematic to build a ship. There are 4 different rarities of schematic. The lowest one is the normal schematic, and we have the rare one, then the epic, then the legendary. Every schematic has a different rate to obtain the ships and also a different time it takes to build the ship. The normal one takes 12 hours, the rare one like 18, then 24 for the epic, and 1 day and a half for the legendary one. We're going to go through the rates in a second. First, let's talk about how you obtain the schematics, because that is a bit annoying from my point of view. So we have the normal schematic that can be obtained every single day with the 80-point mission. And you see it here, this normal floating ship schematic. And for the rare one, actually, you cannot obtain it. I don't know why did they not add it to the weekly and monthly missions. There is no schematic here whatsoever. They could have added the rare to the weekly and the epic to the monthly, but they didn't do it, so whatever. So you only have one free normal schematic per day. The rates of that are garbage. We're going to see that in a second. Now, if you want some higher rarity ones, you have to go to the exchange shop of the current event. So we go here and we see in the first tab, we have the epic floating ship schematic and the rare floating ship schematic. Now, they are extremely expensive. So if you are free to play and you're not spending the suspendium already to get to the 70,000 points mission that we have here, then you're likely not going to get them. And that sucks, obviously. So I don't know why they decided to do it like that. It's too expensive, really. Like, this amount of points is a lot. So yeah, it is what it is, but free-to-play players will likely never get to use these kind of schematics unless they release them as, I don't know, free events every now and then, but by normal means it's going to be extremely difficult to obtain them. Then the other way would be, again, to pay. We also have a, where is that? Check-in pass at the moment, but it's likely only for the release, so it's not something we can use in the future. That is going to give you one floating ship random chest that is going to give you access to one of the schematics, but that is garbage. Again, it's likely not going to get you a legendary one. If you pay for the check-in pass, like I did, you have a legendary floating ship schematic guaranteed, which is going to give you one SSR plus ship, period. So that's good. And then you have 6 of these boxes. So that gives you a bit higher chances of getting the legendary one because it's a 10% per box. Unfortunately, I did not get it, but that was obvious. I mean, I'm always unlucky. So yeah, that's something you can buy. You also have a 100-day pack that I'm going to show you right now that I bought. So here in the bundle section, you have this 100-day bonus, like floating ship pack, that is going to give you one rare floating ship schematic per day. This is not bad. I decided to get it because 100 of these should get you on average 2 SSR plus ships. So I was like, yeah, why not? And then we have some additional packs that we saw immediately. This one, the floating ship boost pack, is going to give you one of these chests. I don't think it's worth the price. And then we have the floating ship celebration pack. This is definitely way better than the previous one because it gives you 3 epic floating ship schematic and 6 of the random chests. This is something I think I will not buy, but if someone is a whale and wants to, obviously this is a good pack. But yeah, this is the only, like, these are the only ways to obtain the schematics at the moment. And that's a bit sad. But okay, let's go back to the check-in pass so that we can look at all the rates for these schematics directly from here. So we have the normal floating ship schematic that is going to give you a 0.1% chance at an SSR plus ship, which is garbage. Then we have a 10% for the SSR, a 20% for the SR, and a close to 70% for the R. So this is what you're going to summon on for the most part, or use to build the ship for the most part, because you get one free every single day. Then we have the rare one. This is going to give you a 2% rate for the SSR plus ship, 18% for the SSR, 30% for the SR, and 50% for the R rarity. So this one is a lot better already, but not that insane. Then we have the Epic. This one is a 10% for the SSR plus, 20% for the SSR, 30% for the SR, and 40% for the R. So really good rates here. I got like 3 SSR plus ships out of the Epic floating schematics, and I got the 4th one from the legendary one that I got from the check-in pass. And talking about the legendary one, you have at the moment 50% chance of one ship and 50% chance of the other SSR plus ship. When they're going to add more in the future, I guess the percentage will go down, obviously, and that's it. But the legendary one is only going to build SSR plus ships, which is pretty insane. But we have no ways of obtaining them for certain. And that's about it for the rates of the schematics. Now let's look at what the ships actually do, because that's really disappointing at the moment. When more ships will be released, I'm sure they will release some good effects. For now, it's garbage. So let's start from the bottom. You see we have 2 ships of every single rarity. They do the exact same thing, but one of them buffs physical type allies, the other one buffs magic type allies. That's it. That's the only difference. But what they do is exactly the same. So we have some base stats, HP, attack, and defense percent. Fine, but we have so many systems that are now up, like increasing the stats that they hardly matter. And then we have the skill of the ship. This one at the moment is just an attack increase for, again, physical type allies or magic type allies. Every time you get copies of the same ship, you get first an item to increase the limit break of the skill of the ship. And once the ship is maxed out, you get an item that you can use here in the level up page. This one is the one that you obtain from getting dupes of a maxed out R rank like ship. And then you get also different rarity ones for the SR, SSR, and SSR plus. And that's it. So when you level up the ship, you're going to increase the HP, attack, and defense percent here at the top. These percentages here are not going to change once the ship is maxed out. That's it. And so this is what you get out of the R rarity. It's a 15% attack increase for one of the 2 types of damage for the allies, and this cannot be removed with buff removal skills. Then for the SR, we have a 25% a +4 and a slightly higher stats in the base form here. Then we have the SSR that is going to give you a 37.5% attack increase, and that's it. And again, higher HP, attack, and defense. And then we have the SSR plus one, same HP, attack, and defense as compared to the SSR, but here we get double the attack, so 75%, and physical pierce on top of it, or magic pierce for the other one, obviously. And that's really solid. It's just a shame that it works mostly for bossing and only for attack scaling DPS units, which we have a lot of right now. Good. Most of them are physical types, so this one, the Vigilancia, is going to be a lot more impactful than the Aquila Nova. But yeah, I mean, we can only equip a ship to a team. So in Adventure, at the moment, only 2 teams can have SSR plus ships. The other one will need to use the remaining ships, which is fine. I mean, it's okay. In the future, we will get more ships, so likely we can sooner or later have 5 teams all with the SSR plus ships. But if you are free to play, these ships are likely not going to be that easy to obtain for you because, as we saw before, the schematics are really hard to come by. And yeah, this is just what they do. It's again disappointing. I don't really like the focus on attack scaling units at the moment, and they don't feel needed. Like, you don't need them at all. Unless you are trying to hard push crazy deficit and you are still using attack scaling DPS units, in which case they might appreciate it, but they likely don't need it. So it feels unnecessary right now, overly expensive. I don't think it is a good system right now. In the future, if they decide to make some chips more easy to access, at the very least the rare and epic ones, obviously the legendary they will never give out for free, but the other ones they should give out some more of. It will be interesting when they will give some good ships, like I don't know, a ship that increases evasion, a ship that maybe gives an hit barrier whenever you use a skill or something like that, like something interesting and an additional mechanic that maybe can make up for the lack of survivability of a team, or make up for whatever, I don't know, give resistance to status effects, give energy decrease on the enemies when you do something. It would be very fun. Just going attack and pierce feels way, way, way too lazy, and I did not like that. But yeah, that's what I think of this system. That's how you obtain the ships. Let me know in the comments if you have any additional questions, if you have any additional ideas on what they could do to improve it. Because again, right now, this feels like garbage. It will definitely get better, I'm sure, but right now, it's unnecessary and not really a great system. So yeah, thanks so much guys for watching. I will see you later during the live stream. Bye.